Okay, I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure.
What's happening, good people? I hope that everybody's having a great start out here to their week. I welcome you guys to another episode of our Dollars to Cents podcast. We are here live Tuesday through Thursday on YouTube and other streaming platforms. Tuesdays, we go over the mindset and business. Wednesdays, we go over government contracting. And Thursdays, we go over systems and tools that can help you with that operation. This Thursday, I won't be available. I actually have something I got to do. So just a heads up for that. But today, guys, we're going to be diving into how do you find these $1 million opportunities? Like, how am I going to become a millionaire if I can't find the opportunities to be a millionaire? So we're going to break that down to you today, exactly how you guys should be looking. I'm telling you, it's a lot simpler than you think. So you may want to make sure that you're tuning in. Share this episode out right now with 3 other entrepreneurs or business owners that you know need to figure this thing out called becoming a millionaire in business so they don't miss out on the opportunity. Don't forget, continue to hit that like and share, subscribe button so we can keep getting our numbers up. We can't get our numbers up without each and every one of you guys. So I do appreciate all of you all who continue to share out our channel and help our mission out here. And before we get rolling into figuring out how do we do this millionaire thing, these opportunities, you know what to do. Make sure you are taking the opportunity to network in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, whether you're watching live or on replay. You never know who could be listening. As well as put in there, I am a millionaire. Remember, it starts with you guys. If you do not believe that you can do these opportunities that I'm going to be talking to you about today, then none of it matters. Because again, it all starts with you. I'm just giving you guys some advice, some knowledge that hopefully it strikes something in your mind, it strikes something in your belief, and then you take that leap of faith and trust yourself to execute. Those that execute get rewarded. Those that sit on the back and just pray about things, well, I know what that reward looks like as well, because it's still a reward. It just ain't a good one that you want. So make sure, again, that you guys are believing in yourself, taking the action steps to make your life change right here. But let's get ready to dive into this thing. But before we do, who do we got here? We got my man Timothy in the building. What's going on? I appreciate you being here. Another millionaire in the building. We got Cordero. I believe it may be the first time I've seen you on here. You may watch previously, but I believe it's the first comment. If it is, thank you. I appreciate you being here today. You made it into the building. Said, no lie, better mix this. Talking about that Pure Money song. I gave it a little mix here in the beginning, but I appreciate you being here. Another millionaire in the building. We got Tanya in the building. What's happening with you, Tanya? I appreciate you being here as well. Don't forget, guys, if you have any questions about anything that I go over today as I'm talking about finding these opportunities to become a millionaire, make sure that you are putting the questions in the comment. This is like my pro bono work. Ask your questions. Feel free. Don't be scared about asking your question so you can get the answer. Because once I get off of here, guys, I don't be answering questions and DMs and all that stuff. I really do not understand why you guys wait until I get off of live and then ask questions and get frustrated that, I don't have the time and I just don't want to answer questions during my own time when I'm here every single week talking about the same stuff over and over again. And trust me, your question, somebody else has the same question. That's why I want you to ask your questions in public so I can not just help you, but I can help everybody. That's the reason why I need to hear. So again, don't be scared to ask those questions as we go over this here today. But let's get ready to dive into this thing, okay? Now, I will apologize. I didn't have time to do my little fancy note board like I usually do and have stuff popping up all crazy and whatnot. So a lot of this stuff, I'm just going to be taking words, talking words, and I will show you stuff on the internet. So you may got to take your own notes because, again, I won't have that stuff popping up on the screen like I usually do here, but it's 2024. I need your minds to start to shift and adjust. And if I ask you guys this one question, we're talking about how do I find $1 million opportunities for myself? I want you guys to think about this, and somebody put it in the comments when I asked you this. If I said, what is an opportunity? What is one word that you could describe what an opportunity is? I'm looking for just one word that explains opportunity. Okay? Like, you can get all the other emotions out of the way. Like, see, because when I started talking about opportunity in business, people put all of this, like, the definitions to the stuff. They make it so complicated. But I promise you, there's one word that you can describe opportunity and it'll all make sense. If you just start looking at it this one way. So if you know it, put it in the comments. Hopefully you guys do. If not, y'all know I'm going to share it with you anyways, because this is the key to success right here. And honestly, it wasn't until I started thinking this way that I started becoming a millionaire, because I simplified the equation. And that's one of the things that you got to remember on your path to being a millionaire. Simplification will make you a millionaire. Complexity will keep you broke, right? Can't nobody figure out complex problems. So don't create complex problems for yourself. We're going to simplify this thing. Chance. I like that. That was a good one right there. It's not chance. Opportunity is a risk. There's a risk involved with opportunity that it brings on the chance that, you could become successful. You could fail. We're rolling the dice at the end of the day. Hopefully, we're playing the game where the odds are in our favor, right? So we're not rolling the dice and going crap out. We're usually shooting the dice understanding like, hey, the odds say that we should win. But when I'm thinking about opportunity, and I'm thinking about one word to simplify this thing, all I'm thinking about is a problem. If you can just understand opportunity is a problem, it opens up Pandora's box for you, because now you need to open your eyes. So when we say, what opportunities are out there in the world that I can become a millionaire on? Well, here's the issue when it comes to entrepreneurs and business owners, our solopreneurs that are getting started out. You try to solve $5 problems, but yet you want to become a millionaire. You can't solve $5 problems and think that you're going to become a millionaire fast. And trust me, I know people on the internet have told you a story, right? Like, you can create an ebook to solve a problem. That's essentially what they're telling you to do. See, I just cut out all of the other jargon, all of the other words that they use to play with your mind. And I said, well, they want you to write an ebook to solve a problem. The question is, how big of a problem do you think you can solve with an ebook? Now, again, you could write an ebook on credit and you're not solving a big problem. It's just there's a lot of people with credit issues. The problem ain't big. What I mean by it ain't big is like, no one person can pay you $50,000 to fix their credit. They already got messed up, right? Like they already got some money issues. When they go to pay you, they're actually paying you money that they don't even really have. That's why I don't like credit people, because they're taking advantage of people that already got issues. But I know that isn't that big of a problem. So you now got to do quantity over quality. Can I get 50,000 people to make me a millionaire? Because the problem's so small. But if I start to understand that opportunity is a problem and I go look for bigger problems, well, where can I look at that at? Well, now you start thinking about, well, what do I know how to do? What problems do you know how to solve? If you're a handy person that utilizes your hands, well, again, your problem can't become but so big. Your hands are part of the equation. I've never seen a problem out here in this world that the hands can make $1 million off of. So when your hands solve a problem, I'm thinking like, okay, well, we're talking about plumbing. We're talking about, TV people. We're talking about car mechanics. We're talking about, construction and things of those nature like that. You got to get tired. Your hands can't work 24 hours. Now, can you become a millionaire in that industry? Yes. If you start looking at solving multiple problems, right? You can't solve one construction problem. Now you got to create a construction company that specializes in a niche so I can solve building decks. Because now I understand the problem in the community is that ain't no decks attached to the houses that majority of the people are buying, and they're looking for a deck builder that has reasonable prices. I found a problem. Now again, that problem could be big depending on the area that you're in, if there's not a lot of deck builders or whatnot, but it could be small if everybody's over there trying to fight for scraps. So I'm hoping that your mind can start to understand what I'm telling you about problems, because this is going to open it up when I go over these 6 ways of showing you how to become or how to find these $1 million opportunities. Somebody put in the chat a fire emoji if you understand. Matter of fact, don't put fire emoji. I want you to type problem if you understand what I'm telling you when it comes to opportunity, that an opportunity is nothing more than a problem. Somebody type problem in that chat right there. All right, now let's get ready to dive into this thing. The first thing, okay, number 1. How do I go about finding the problems that are $1 million? Well, again, thank God we're in 2024. I mean, I can go to the internet right here. Now, let me change my screen with you guys here. Now, I can come here to the internet, and what I would advise you to do is to just think about whatever it is that you do at this moment. If you went to school, chances are you graduated in a subject, and inside of that subject, there's a whole lot of problems. So if you're a communications major, again, your thing is maybe you wanted to be on TV, but as you probably found out, people on TV ain't giving up their spot. So what other problems can you find in the industry? Maybe there's a sound problem or a video problem or an organization problem that's going on. Or maybe there's a problem with scripts or teleprompters or technology. See, things start to open up. But I advise you to stay in your lane of what you know how to do. So you could literally say, let's say you're a nurse. Nurse, problems, form. I love the word form. Okay. When we start Google searching, because what I'm looking for is individuals who are taking the time out. To me, if somebody's taking the time out to write out their problem on the internet, it's a real problem, right? So now if I can find a forum that somebody is telling me a problem, I'm a nurse and the struggle is real. And again, this is 2 years ago, so I wouldn't really pay attention to something, especially during this industry during that time. But if you were actively searching for problems, like I'm telling you guys that you should be doing, okay, because I said the very first thing that you do is market research. This is market researching. I'm looking at current time to find current problems. During this time back then, you could have made yourself a killing by literally just reading this stuff. So say my job is to stand and drive through testing sites for long hours, wearing a mask, face shield, gloves, protective gown. Currently at the moment, seeing so much panic in people I know, line up, test, blah, blah, blah. Look, if this person had this issue at one station, you understand that this problem stretched across the world. It ain't just a problem for one station. Now, how can I solve this problem right here? Because if I can solve it for one, I can now solve it for many. It just so also happens that this ain't no cheap problem. They put a lot of money towards this problem. And it just so happens as well, by them solving this problem right here with a shot, it created all of these other problems. Anytime you solve a problem, all you do is create another problem. For instance, the minute I help you become a millionaire, all I did was create another problem for you that I know about. You don't know about it yet because you ain't been a millionaire yet. But once you become a millionaire, a whole new problem gets created in your life. It's called taxes. So guess what? I can have a solution to that problem. So now if I'm focused on helping nurses solve this problem right here, and I build a business around it, well, now that I help all of these nurses solve this problem, and maybe I help another company do it too, well, again, I made them a lot of money, the other company. If I know how to manage money now, I can have an opportunity switch. And now all of a sudden, I do what I tell y'all to do all the time. Create 7 carts of opportunity by staying in your lane. What is opportunity? Opportunity is a problem. If you stay in your lane solving a problem, every time you solve a problem, you create the next problem. If you understand that, you will have a fix to every problem. And you'll take one customer from looking at, they're only going to pay me $2,000 to all of a sudden that one customer is going to pay you $200,000 because you know the next problems that you're creating and you got a solution for it. This is the easiest way. Because I'm telling you guys, I keep thinking in problems. An opportunity is nothing more than a problem. So I just showed you guys that. Now, we could literally sit here and, again, forums, okay? This is one of the biggest research things that you can do right now. What is Kamala campaign initiatives? Look, I know I can't spell campaign. I don't want to say campaign. Look, I can't spell initiatives. Running on. Look, glad I don't get paid to know how to spell words. I'm like Ocho Cinco out here. All right. Anyways, the reason I'm doing this right here is because this is the ultimate problems. If you want to find the largest problems out there, just find what the president is telling you that they're about to run on. Their whole campaign is talking about problems. So we got an infrastructure problem that they keep talking about. We have an energy problem that they keep talking about. Of course, we got a defense problem that they keep talking about. We got a cybersecurity problem that they keep talking about. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because whatever they're running on, the minute that whichever one becomes president, whatever they said that they was going to fight for the people, that's why you voted for them. Well, don't nobody got a bigger budget than the president. Nobody in this world, I mean, the entire world has a bigger budget than the United States president. So whatever they said that their campaign is going to be pushed on, whenever they get into office, the first 90 days, that's what they focus on. So now all of a sudden I can literally say, okay, Kamala, infrastructure. Look, I be spelling stuff all wrong. Infrastructure goals, right? So now, again, I'm looking here. It's usually going to be on WhiteHouse.gov. Will always have the problems up there that the administration is looking at. All I now got to do is read through this, find out what companies, Okay, that's what I'm paying attention to. What companies are already sitting at the table to try to solve the problems? Because those same companies have a small business department. They're large companies. They don't have small businesses sitting at these tables. Like the president of the United States ain't trying to talk to nobody small. And when I say small, like they're not talking to you. They got 5 employees. You don't do anything for the economy. Instead, they're talking to the large companies that got 50,000 employees because they do something for the economy. But it also just happens to say, well, the government's like, well, look, if we're going to give you $500 million to solve our infrastructure problem, you have to partner with small businesses as well. So that's the piece that I'm trying to come in. I'm saying, okay, well, Department of Energy, you got all of this money. You plan to be working with the Boeing company. It's now my due diligence, okay, because they got a problem. They're solving the problem for the government at $500 million. The government now created another problem for them. What is their problem? They said, hey, Boeing, in order for you to get this $500 million, your problem is you got to work with a small business. It ain't our job to figure that part out. We're telling you that your new problem is you got to work with a small business. Well, guess what? Boeing already understands that this is a problem for them. So they got a whole department for this. So now I can literally go to Boeing's small business supplier because they know that this is a problem that they get resolved. So it's my due diligence that I got to now figure out, okay, how do I work with this company so we can resolve these problems? Now, the other reason I'm looking at the White House for the problem is because this is the key. This is all new money. These are new problems with new money. This ain't old money. Like Boeing ain't have this money already. This is new money that came to the table that created new problems, which is new opportunity. I told you a problem is nothing more than an opportunity. The president of the United States will always have new problems with new money, brings on new opportunity at the largest scale. We ain't talking about no $5,000 problems. The government, or the president has never put a $5,000 problem on whitehouse.gov. Not in the history of the president's life. Maybe back when $5,000 equaled like $5 million or $50 million, maybe back then. But I'm telling you, for as long as I've been alive, where $5,000 is $5,000, they've never put $5,000 opportunities on whitehouse.gov because the president don't solve $5,000 problems. The president don't care about your homeless problem in your community because that's a $5,000 problem. He don't have time to deal with that. She don't have time to deal with that. If we get the first women-owned president, they don't have time to deal with your $5,000 problem in your community. They're dealing with $50 million problems that impact every single state. Not your local community right there. Every community don't have a homeless problem. So I'm trying to tell you, a lot of times when you talk about problems in the government, your problem's too small for the president. But if we're talking about becoming millionaires, I need to focus on the people that got the largest problem. So again, the president's going to have the largest problem. This is just my market research too. I told you step 1 into finding opportunities is I got to find the problems. I need to do my market research out there and see what's going on. Another place that I could go and look for problems. I love this. Google Trends. It's a whole site for this. It's called Google Trends. I could just click on Google Trends, go to Explore, and do you know what Google Trends is going to tell me? What people are searching. What is the trend right now? And now all I'm doing is looking for the problem in the trends. They're saying this is rising. Okay, I want to look at top. They're saying Google IT corporations, that's around the top. Film is around the top. I could click right there. If I'm a film person, well, look, film at the top. Well, we got Civil War film, Thanksgiving film, Anyone But You, Migration. Again, I'm changing this to the top again. We got movie theater topics. We got Netflix topics. We got horror film. Maybe I click on horror film. If I probably look through this, people are probably struggling to find good horror films. That's a problem. If you look at it's trending in the whole United States, and again, I'm noticing it ain't a small problem. The data's telling me that majority of the people are looking for this problem on the internet. I didn't listen to my friend or my cousin try to tell me what the problem is. I'm not taking a hunch out. Like, I'm literally looking for my problem. So maybe, again, you've heard of something on the internet or whatnot, or you're in your industry. What if we go like accounting and I type slow? Right? Because I want Google to tell me what's out there. So, tax accounting. Okay. Well, I know I can look at tax accounting and we probably got a lot of problems. So now we got tax accounting, professional field. Oh, people are looking for professional tax accounting. Financial services, DoorDash customer service, StubHub customer service. Well, look, I'm paying attention. If everybody is searching for customer service on these sharing platforms, there's probably a customer service problem going on. I find a problem. If I'm a creator, I can create a problem to solve customer service for DoorDash, StubHub, Grubhub. Now, again, I'm looking for problems for big people, not my neighbor, not the people in my community. Well, I already know that Grubhub is a multi-million-dollar organization. If they got a customer service issue, I can focus on creating a help desk so I can get a contract with Grubhub that's going to be for millions, not $5,000. I'm looking for the big problem. When I find the big problem, I can create the big solution. Now, the beauty about this, I know that Grubhub needs a help desk. I know DoorDash needs a help desk. I know StubHub needs a help desk. So the same help desk that I'm going to build for Grubhub will be the exact same thing for DoorDash. It really doesn't matter. A help desk is a help desk. So now I'm saying, okay, well, Grubhub may shut the door in my face. DoorDash may shut the door in my face, but StubHub could open it up. This is called opportunity. I see, according to the data, multiple of them have a help desk problem. Chime has a help desk problem. Liberty Mutual has a help desk problem. Nailnet. I know all of y'all with student loans ain't never talked to a person in the help desk with Nailnet. What's going on? So again, I can solve the problem. So now you understand, well, I can sit in the corner for the next 30 days, create a solution of a help desk that is a multi-million-dollar problem, and look at all of my customers. I'm not calling Tiffany from across the street to see if she needs some help desk services. I'm calling up Carvana. I'm looking at Navy Federal. I'm looking for Temu. Multi-million-dollar problems that literally is screaming on the internet. Will somebody take their time, do market research so you can solve the problem for me? Because I don't have the time or the energy to solve the problem yet. This is the beauty about America, man. People be crying about America and stuff. No, it's opportunity in America because there's so many problems. I keep trying to tell you, opportunity is problems. Every time I turn on the TV, every single day I open my eyes up, all I hear about is problems. It's too hot outside. That's a problem. You got child predator things going on. That's a problem. They just legalized marijuana in states. It creates more problems. You got to be willing to open your eyes. So that's number one. And I went deep on market research because market research is, to me, like one of the key things to solving the problems, or at least finding the problems. The second easiest way to find multi-million-dollar problems, or, I changed the word from opportunity to problems, is to network. I mean, I don't know why you guys aren't out there networking. Again, Carvana, Navy Federal, Temu, Nailnet, DoorDash, Grubhub, All of these companies got a person inside that's a decision maker. That person bleeds just like me and you. That person wakes up every day and pray that the man upstairs has allowed them the opportunity to open their eyes just like me and you. That person gets entertained just like me and you. They eat just like me and you. They got kids and families and those problems that come along with that just like me and you. They're just people is what I'm trying to tell you. Meeting one person can change your life like right now, not 3 years from now. So the question is, how many people are you networking with? Well, guys, there's something out here called BNI. So I could say BNI for Maryland. I forget what BNI stands for too. Let me look that up. BNI definition, so y'all can understand what that is. BNI, Business Network International. Is that what it stands for? Look, I got too many acronyms with government contracting. I don't be trying to, worry about what all the answers is to stuff. Once I hear it, I just go for it. All right. So it's called Business Network International. So, this is all about networking. So you can find a BNI group in your local area and start to attend those meetings. Like, these are individuals whose mindset is on growing. It's on business. Now, what is another place that I could go to? Well, again, this is why I like hanging with people who understand how to solve problems. The president of the United States and every single person that campaigns out there, yes, they entertain us on TV and they ask for the people's vote. But if you pay attention to the people that run, who do they have the dinners with? Where are these backdoor meetings at? Where do they go post up to have conversations at? Well, if you pay attention, they're usually somewhere not too far from this group, the Chamber of Commerce. There's a Chamber of Commerce everywhere. There's a state Chamber of Commerce. There's a local Chamber of Commerce. There's a federal Chamber of Commerce. There's a Latino race Chamber of Commerce. There's a Chamber of Commerce for every single thing. So you need to now find your Chamber of Commerce. The reason why is because Chamber of Commerce. Let's look up the definition of commerce. Okay. Look, we teaching tonight. Definition of commerce, right? The activity of buying and selling, especially on a large scale. Well, why would the president and other, officials, elected officials be hanging with these individuals? Well, the reason is this. The people that go to work can't make but so much money. You can only make $120,000 if that's what your job is, which means you probably got all these other expenses, which probably means that you don't have a lot of liquid money to throw away at a campaign. Maybe you can donate $135, but you tapped out after that. Well, in commerce, the Chamber of Commerce, it's a bunch of business owners right there that have no capacity to the amount of money that they can make. So these individuals over there probably are making $100 million, $300 million. They got disposable income I can tap into. That's who I want to talk to. So what I'm trying to tell you, because you want to find opportunities that are going to make you a millionaire, well, now you're going to be in groups of individuals that's what they're focused on. They're focused on finding multi-million-dollar problems. It's called a Chamber of Commerce. Once again, there's multiple Chamber of Commerce. If you black right now, you could do the Black Chamber of Commerce, right? That's what they talk about. Black business. How you a black business and you don't know nothing about the Black Chamber of Commerce. And trust me, this ain't no race thing. I say black because I'm black. But look, Latino, it's all of them. Every race that you want, there's a Chamber of Commerce for it. They call it Hispanic, I believe. I put Latino. It's a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So again, there's these organizations. Another one that you can go meet up. Man, I don't know know why people ain't in meetups. Now, say you're in cybersecurity. Well, look, you can literally find these groups that are around you. And I told you, you just need one person to help change your life. You don't need to show up to an event that got 5,000 people at it. You can show up to the one event that got 14 people supposed to show up and everybody's life gets changed. These are the easiest ways for you to become millionaires. Everybody a part of these groups are focusing on solving multi-million-dollar problems. You could be the person that puts it all together by you showing up. So networking and collaborating with the people that you network is number 2. Number 3, guys, number 3. This is one of my favorite ways. What problems can AI solve? And what do I mean by this? We're talking about finding $1 million opportunities. But guys, technology, staying ahead of technology will always bring you to multi-million-dollar opportunities, because especially in today's time, what is AI's job right now? See, like, the consumer of AI ain't paying attention to what's going on. The big parties, the Amazons, the Lockheeds, the Googles, the Facebook, and all of them, they get it with AI. AI is about to solve one of the biggest problems in this world: labor. Labor is a problem to all business owners. People be chirping and talking back. They be trying to sue if you don't do things this way and X, Y. Labor is an issue. They cry about the lights that mess with their eyes, the noise, because America allows workers, the workforce, to have all of these rights that most business owners can't keep up with. But AI is here to solve the labor problem. So guess what? If you start learning technology, it is the biggest game changer. What is another piece of technology that you can learn out there? It's going to be a game changer. Automation. Well, honestly, you shouldn't be learning about AI if you're not willing to learn automation at the same time, because you're going to need to automate the labor that you're creating with the AI. AI is doing work, but if you can't automate the process, then you just got some AI that's sitting there waiting for people to put the input in, and that ain't what AI is trying to do. AI and automation run neck and neck. What I am encouraging you guys is to make sure that you are continuing to leverage technology for your industry. I don't need you to learn how to do AI for everybody. You ain't Superman, right? But if you learn how to do AI for doctors because you always wanted to be a doctor, but you realize, like, well, wait a minute, man, that career path is too long. It's too much education that's needed to be there. But I'm really still into the health side of the field. But what if I could help the doctors solve their problem? What is their problem? They got a labor problem too. They got a lead problem. They done spent all of this time trying to figure out how to cut people open and keep people healthy, that they never could study marketing. Every doctor has a lead problem, right? Every doctor got a problem that they need to find office space. So maybe you could focus into being the real estate agent for doctors. Like, there's so many things that you could start to do once you understand the problems that's going to be created. But I'm telling you right now, AI and automation, I don't care what industry it is. This is why I'm focusing on this. If you learn AI and automation, you can dominate any industry out there in this world right now, because AI is here to take over labor, and every single industry has labor. So since you know it's here, since you're watching the Googles lay off 15,000 people after they created an AI department to build the AI to get rid of that labor force, like, if you're not paying attention to this stuff, you can't see the solution to the problem. Instead, you complaining like the consumers. I need your mindset to start to shift. We got to start to open our minds and pay attention to the problem so we can get the solution. And then we can go sell it too. This is one of the biggest solutions out here to solve one of the biggest problems, labor. Somebody type labor in the comments if you really understand that labor is one of the biggest problems. It may be the biggest problem that we face right now in this world. And it's so many issues with labor. It ain't just the business owner. Like the actual person working, there's a problem with that too. But I'm telling you, that industry of labor problem is just insane. Don't forget, guys, to make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button, share this episode out with 3 other business owners and entrepreneurs, because you know that they need to level themselves up here in... Oh, my bad. I was reading a message. You know they need to level themselves up here in 2024 and generate more revenue for themselves. They just need an opportunity. And then you're going to show them today the opportunity is nothing more than a problem. And I know every one of you all can go out there and find a problem. All right. I believe that was number 3. Number 4. I talked about it a little bit earlier. But listen, ain't nobody got more problems than the government. You cannot go wrong working with the government. They will always and forever to the day I leave this earth have problems. If you don't believe me, all you got to do is come here to this magical website, usaspending.gov. On usaspending.gov, it actually just shows you guys, it shows you literally how valuable their problems are. So if I just hit right here, I can just search right here and see that the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, they had $1.82 trillion worth of problems in 2023 alone. If I come all the way down here at the bottom, DOE had $56 billion worth of problems. If I put all of these people together, all of the industries together, I will notice that the government as a whole had over $4 trillion worth of problems in 2023. For you to say that there's not an opportunity with this customer, well, you crazy. It ain't enough businesses on this earth for there not to be an opportunity for you working with the government. That's the reason that the government creates the most lucrative businesses, because it ain't enough businesses. This is the reason why every Fortune 500 company also has government contracts, because they realize it ain't no customer in this world with a purse and enough problems like the government. The government got a problem for everybody to solve, because there's 3 levels to it: federal, state, and local. And then we ain't going to get to your ports and your education department. It's so many levels to government. We ain't talking about your airports as well. Like, it's so many levels to government that there's always a problem. There's always a turnover in elected people. Like, we're going to have a new president no matter what. If Trump gets in or Kamala gets in, and I know I said her name wrong, but it's okay. Either one that gets in, they're going to create new problems. You will always be able to succeed with this customer. When you hear about recessions and stuff going on, this customer is still going to spend money. When you hear about poverty that's going on, interest rates and all that, this customer don't care about none of that. They still going to spend top dollar. And they ain't trying to skimp. They cutting checks. And guess what? If you don't want to approach it with contracting, guess what? This same customer also realized, you're right, Travis, we do have a homeless problem in America. Well, we got some grant money sitting to the side. If you one of those people, what's that magical word, philanthropy or whatever, you one of them people that want to solve problems for the people, well, we got this thing called grants for problem solvers in that industry. You can go get the grant, and we got hundreds of millions of dollars in grant money for you to solve problems. Well, we got a food problem in America. If you are a person that's willing to farm and supply food for the people, we got grant money for that. You got to fill out paperwork though. But this customer called the government has the largest problems in the world, and they got the biggest purse to solve it. Once again, if you don't believe me, it's right here on usaspending.gov. They even break it down to the state and let you know which state spent that money for those problems. That's why I teach government contracting. Don't know problems get better than this. And if you also don't believe me about government contracting, you can go to sam.gov and you can literally just search here all day long. You can see problems right here every single day. You can search opportunities and find problems every single day. You can come right here, contract opportunities, and just look for problems. They're all right here. They get posted daily. And this is on the federal side. Your state and local government do the exact same thing. Everybody in the government got problems daily. This is how I call proposals or opportunities. They're problems. Remember, opportunity is a problem. Some people like to use the positive word opportunity because they're too scared of a negative word like problem. And I don't see it as a negative word. Problems bring the opportunity for you to create the change. When you create the change and you provide the solution to a problem, you usually get handsomely rewarded for that. Why does that happen? Because that's what it said in the book that you read for. I don't care what your religion is. It says if you solve problems, you will get rewarded. Well, again, this customer got the largest problem, so we're going to stay there. The next thing, I can't remember if we on number 5 or 6. Look, I can't remember. Whatever. The next one. Diversifying your income streams will always be a problem. The more money that people make, the more that they got to diversify that thing. So again, I'm talking about $1 million opportunities. I ain't been teaching y'all nothing about no $5 ebooks. I don't like to look for cheap problems. I like to look for big ticket problems. How do I know this a problem? Because I have this problem every year. I make too much money. It's either now I got to figure out how to move the money or pay it in taxes. So all of a sudden, again, whatever your niche lane is in, there's somebody up there that makes a whole lot of money and they need to solve the problem of moving money. Here you come. But see, if you can't see and understand, like if all you listen to on TV is them talk about how the rich need to pay more taxes and the rich need to help out the poor and the rich this and the rich that need to give, you can't hear the problems that's going on because the rich ain't never gave. It's amazing that they talk about the rich problem every single year and nobody ever comes up with a solution because you got the rich talking about the problem. Like imagine a rich person saying, hey, look, I want to put loopholes around myself. I want to put a noose around my own neck. That don't make sense, but they'll put it out there on TV. So instead of listening to that, you say, well, wait a minute. If all of the rich people are talking about the same problem called taxes, how can I become a solution provider to them? Well, if they're over here making $100 million in cybersecurity, chances are that they don't have time to learn about real estate. So now I can focus on real estate. I'm not trying to sell real estate to the everyday person. I'm trying to sell real estate to the cybersecurity owner that makes over $100 million and they need to diversify their income. So now I need to focus on how to talk to them because they ain't over here trying to buy $5 houses either. They trying to buy skyscrapers because they got that type of money. See, everything starts to change when you start focusing on the problem. The bigger the problem, the bigger the bang. I took you from a same real estate problem that everybody got. But I said, we ain't looking at the $5 real estate problem. We looking at the $5 million real estate problem. People that got $5 million of liquid income, they got a problem. They don't want to cut that money in taxes. You can help them buy more businesses. You could become their advisor in the financial market for all of my fake traders out there. You know what I'm saying? There's so many opportunity there because, again, the problem is they got too much money and they don't want to pay taxes. So how do you find these individuals? Well, guess what? You probably need to go play some golf. You probably need to join a yacht club. You probably need to stop eating at Chick-fil-A and you got to go eat at STK Prime 112. You got to change things up. So guess what? It's going to cost you some money. But see, when you have a broke mindset, you don't get this. You are too scared to invest $500 to make $5 million. Instead, you only want to put $5, but yet you want the $5 million return. And you wonder why things don't work, because the person that got $5 million ain't hanging out at Chick-fil-A. They don't want the shit. Your results can't become true because the activities that you are doing are still broke activities. This is why I started up at the beginning and I told you about networking. You got to get in the right streets to network with the right people. But I'm telling you, the more money that somebody makes, the more they got to diversify that money. So you should get yourself around these individuals and you become a solution to them. And don't be trying to steal their money either. You know, it's too many scammers out here in this financial market. Like, really do good, legitimate business. And trust me, there's tons of people out here that got money for you. Like, look, I be loaning out money all the time. Unfortunately, the people that look like me keep stealing my money. And it makes it harder for me to loan money out to people that look like me because they keep stealing the money. And it's unnecessary. Because now you out there who really can provide a solution to problems of people with money, well, I can't trust you because all of these fools out here keep stealing money because they just don't want to do solid business. Guys, just do legit business and you'll get rewarded for this stuff. And last but not least, strategic investments. I told you is a large problem for us. Can you help people strategically invest their money? Can you teach it to them? Can you guide them in the right direction? Do you have the network of individuals that you could sit at the table to solve a high earner's problems of investing? Can you put together a team of tax preparers, lawyers, opportunity hunters, real estate agents, that you could put them all together and sit one client down at the table that got $50 million and prove to them that you could solve their problem? See, these are just simple things that you can do. But you got to be able to see this stuff. So your mind got to shift. And once again, the internet can do this for you. The problem is, man, you ain't going to find these answers looking at housewives. You ain't going to find these answers playing around following, these fake gurus buying jets and boats and all of this stuff and Ferraris lying to y'all. Look, the truth about to come out with this financial market on these people who keep playing games with this credit stuff. Like, you can't, the individuals I'm talking about ain't on Instagram playing around. Like, guys, I be on Instagram and social media sometimes, but y'all see, I don't even have time to take this stuff too serious. Like, I know how to use it. I do it for my clients because I got a marketing agency. But if you look at my main page, like, I don't have time for that because I solve real big problems. The problems that I solve, these people ain't on the internet soliciting their problems. I solve the problems from talking to them. We sit down at the table. We break bread with each other. We go out on the golf course. I have conversation with them and they let me know their problems out loud. I seek the problems on the internet of the government where they have to write out their problems on paper and make it all legal right there that I don't have to guess like I got to do with a person. The government laid out their problems to the T. So those are the two problems that I like to solve. My high ticket people that I have fun on the golf course over a cup of Hennessy and some high dollar food, steak and lobster. I like solving their problems. And then the other one is the government. Outside of that, like, the internet is a hobby of mine. I have a passion for helping my small business owners that look just like me. And I ain't talking about race related. When I say look just like me, that they were trying to become millionaires and they ain't had no help. They got taken advantage of these liars on the internet. That's a passion and a hobby of mine of helping those individuals out. But that ain't my money supply. I solve big ticket problems, which enables me to have the time to come and solve my hobby. But without me solving these big ticket problems, I wouldn't have the most precious thing in this world. Ain't nothing more precious than your time. When you have your time, you can do whatever you please. And the only way that we can have our time is we got to go solve big problems so we can generate money faster. The faster you can generate money is the faster, again, I told you these problems. If I can help you generate $10 million, your new problem is we got to turn that money into you. The money has to become an employee. When your money can become an employee and produce just as much money as you can, if not more, then you're free. Because I don't have to wake up and figure out how to produce that money anymore. That's where I'm at in life. I don't have to wake up and figure out how to produce money anymore if I don't want to. But I think, if the man upstairs gave me the skill set to do what I do, I would be doing the injustice not to keep going out there and making it happen. Why would he give me all this wisdom and this information for me to sit on the sideline and hoard it in? No, instead, I talk every day about the stuff that he's given to me because it's my duty to bring it back to my people. But in the meantime, I'm going to capitalize off these big problems. Don't you ever get that twisted. So again, guys, these were the 6 things that you need to pay attention to find you opportunity here in 2024, 25, 26. It really don't matter the year if you listen to what I was trying to tell you today. If you guys understood what I was trying to tell you today, I want you to go ahead, drop a fire emoji or one of them money emojis down there in the chat. That's the only way that I understand that you picked up what I put down today. If you do got any questions, by all means, feel free to put the questions in the chat. Instagram, y'all are about to get cut off. So if you want to stay paying attention, click the link in my Instagram bio. Come join us on YouTube. We are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button so you do not miss an episode. And most importantly, continue to share this out with other entrepreneurs and business owners that you know need to level themselves up. This is your Dollars to Cents podcast. And I got to make sure I change my AI. They keep putting cents like CENTS. It's cents, SENSE. So if you want to join our community, you can come over here to $2cents.com. Go ahead, click on our community right here. You'll get inside of our community completely for free. And if you want to stay updated with anything that I got going on, you can always visit KNOWS.com and it'll bring you right here where you can also join our community as well. But we got a bunch of information here for you. And if you're a person that needs money, or you need your books, guys, we got a whole team here for you. You can come here to access funding. If you got over a 680 credit score, this company right here, Ladder Financial Group, I work with them myself. That's why I'm sharing them with you guys. Make sure you tap in with them. They specialize in helping small business owners. That is the reason that I am presenting them to our community. And if you ain't got your books in order, get your QuickBooks now. I believe they are giving us a deal right here, 30% off for the next 6 months. So make sure that you get your books in order because we ain't going to be able to level up if we don't get those books in order. All right. So let me see if I got any questions before we get out of here.
It's just different.
Let me see. Opportunity equals problem. Be a solution to partner with big companies. Also check Google Trends. Hey, you got it. You got it. Which website was I on? I don't know. I was on a lot of, USAspending.gov. USAspending.gov. Any data analytics contracts. There's a contract for everything. Everything. You can utilize your keywords or you could figure out what data analysts NAICS code is under and search those NAICS codes. But, one thing about the government, they don't just make it simply easy. You got to figure out what's the language. This is why I always encourage people to stay in your lane, right? You need to know the keywords, which you can utilize like Chat GPT and stuff to figure out the keywords. But I teach people to do their research so you can find those contracts that's been awarded in that industry. And now that will show you what the keywords are for that industry, which will help you search a whole lot better. But take your time, and the answers are all right there. That's the beauty about the government. It's all public information. They ain't trying to hide nothing from nobody. Labor, I met with some data people yesterday to examine my niche, and they said labor relations is gaining traction. Crazy that you pulled that up. Hey, look, man, I am a specialist in solving big problems. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it all my life when it comes to business, and I'm always paying attention to the biggest problems. You know, they're the most lucrative. Here's the thing. If you pay attention to the big problems, I don't care if it takes you a year to sell the solution. The minute that you sell it, your life has changed. You know, again, most people they take so much energy to sell $5 solutions. Like, do you know how much energy it takes to sell a $5 ebook? You got to create the funnels. You got to create the emails. You got to create the content on all of your social media accounts. You got to beg and plead with broke people that you ain't a scammer. Like, the energy that it takes to get that $5 book sold, well, it's the same energy for the people that's going to shut the door in your face for the $5 million opportunities. Don't nothing change. It's the same energy. So I just said, well, wait a minute. Why am I focusing on trying to solve $5 problems when I could literally take the same energy and solve $5 million problems in the same amount of time that it takes for people to fall in line and buy my $5 ebook? Well, guess what? One person fell in line and signed the $5 million contract. It's just all the same stuff. It's our mind. Our mind has to change right there and make that shift. Travis, I'm having a hard time finding data analyst contracts. Well, hey, you got to get inside of the program. So I don't know what to tell you. I'll be here tomorrow to talk government contracting. So 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to show you my system, which is going to cost you money, and bring those data analyst contracts up. And we're going to be right back at square one again. That, I don't know how else to help you without being inside of my programs. I teach it, but you got to do your own searching. I don't know how else to get past that. What do you think about the DLA? Oh, I don't know. Look, I don't think anything about nothing. The DLA is a customer that got a lot of money with a lot of problems, just like every other organization. I have no emotions behind no agency. I don't care, right? I don't care about no Republicans or Democrats. I don't care about things that I can't solve. So what do I mean by that? Like, war and stuff. They didn't ask me about it, so I don't care about it. I'm not about to. See, emotions is what tear us apart and have us stop thinking logically. So I can't give stuff emotions when I got problems of my own, right? Like my problems, paying for my house, making sure that I got money for my family and wealth being created, making sure I got money for my dog getting sick, that, if family members around me have health crises, that I can cover those bills. I got my own problems that I can truly change. And that's what I spend my emotions in. Outside of that, I don't care about nothing else. So when I look at everything, I just say, well, DLA, it's an agency spending a whole lot of money. How can I strategically get the money from them? I know if I solve a problem, I'll get paid for that. So let me strategically figure out how that customer spends their money so I can meet them where they're at. It's not their job to meet me where I'm at because they got the money. This is what I keep trying to stress to people. You can't. Look, this is the difference between that $5 problem and that $5 million problem. If I'm spending $5 million, I don't ever want you to think that I am going to conform to you. It is your task to figure out who the hell I am and how I operate and what language I speak in and the way that I communicate. It's your task to do that. It ain't my task to figure you out. And this is where we be messing up. We got to take our time and our due diligence to become a help to a person with $5 million, not something that they're trying to figure out who I am and if they can trust me. No. This ain't $5 people. This is $5 million people. This is where you got to do a whole lot of self-training, and your mindset, it just got to shift, because you probably won't believe as you're sitting in front of those $5 million people talking in a simplified manner. You'll realize their problems ain't that complicated. It's actually very, very simple. It's just we're so used to trying to sophisticate $5 problems to explain it to these $5 people that, we forget to just listen to the most simplest things to these multimillionaires. It's usually not hard. They got a customer service problem. Well, that just means that they need people to answer the phones and answer emails within a certain amount of time. Can I put together a workforce that can answer the phones and answer the emails within 3 seconds of them coming in? This is simple stuff. But they so involved with technology, their brain can't simplify that equation. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. And I know that was a ramble as I read that DLA thing, but again, I can't harp enough that I need you guys to remove your emotions out of things. There is no what does anybody think about anything? Is there an opportunity there for me to capitalize? That's what I want to think about something. If there's no opportunity there for you to capitalize, then go to the next thing and stop worrying about anything else. If you get over in the DOD and you realize, you got to put cybersecurity stuff together because they're a little more strict and you don't have the bandwidth to do all of this, well, stop trying to do business with the DOD and pivot to a non-DOD industry, or just don't do government contracting, period. Go partner with some other companies, but stop stressing yourself out about things that you don't have the resources to change. Once you start making the money, trust me, I told you when you solve problems and you bring in the money, it's going to create more problems. Well, now you got the money to solve that problem. Now you can get more sophisticated because you got the money to bring somebody in that can help you with that sophistication. And they're going to simplify the equation for you. That's why we pay people to do things. They simplify sophisticated situations for us, because what looks complicated and complex to us is really simple to a specialist. It's only complex because we don't know about it. I could go on and on all day about this stuff, guys. I want to keep beating a dead tree or whatever. Thank you for your insight. Much appreciated. Last question. What does GSA rate stand for? I hear it mentioned a lot. So on the GSA schedule, they ask you to tell you the prices of every labor category. Anytime you get on a GSA schedule, you have to fill out the pricing for every single labor category, no matter if you do that work or not. So if they got like a nurse labor category on there and you do IT, you still need to tell them how much you would bill them for that nurse right there. So now, because you're going to get awarded the schedule. And this is what a lot of people be lying to y'all on the internet about when they like, yo, we won a $23 billion contract. Usually they won like an IDIQ or they got on a GSA schedule, right? This isn't contracts. This is just saying you got through the preliminary. So with the GSA schedule, you put all of your pricing in, you get awarded the schedule. All that was the first layer of vetting to say, hey, these are the rates that you're going to charge us no matter what contract you go after once you're on this schedule. Okay. We already know you can't charge us more than $52 an hour for a cybersecurity specialist, because that's what you won the GSA schedule with, saying this was the rate for my cybersecurity person, $52 an hour. That's what all of that rate stuff means. So anytime you're going after those GSA schedules, you want to make sure that you know your rate, especially for the personnel that you know that you're going to be submitting bids towards. You don't really need to know the rates for, if you in IT and they over there asking you about basket weaving, right? That ain't your thing. So who cares about that? All right, cool. Hopefully that answered your question there. All right. Outside of that, I don't see any more questions in the chat. Once again, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me here today. We'll be back here tomorrow evening going over government contracting at 8:30 p.m. Make sure you bring your questions if you have them at all. I don't quite know the exact topic that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow yet, but we will be back here tomorrow. Don't forget, I will not be here Thursday, so keep that in mind. Outside of that, I love you all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me here today. Don't forget, continue to hit that like button, continue to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, as you guys continue to do such an excellent job, share this out so we can continue getting this message out here to our small business owners, our entrepreneurs, so they can stop getting taken advantage of. That is my passion out here, to help our small business owners out. I know the times that we are in. I also know what's going on in this world and all of the stuff that people are talking. So I do need your help. I need your help getting our channel and the message out there to the people. So, we can save our people. I can't do it without you guys. So again, I thank each and every one of you guys. I love you all. I will talk with you later. This will go off when the music go off. Y'all stay blessed.
It's just different. Yeah. You already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got it like I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad.